As I promised in the last lesson, this class is about exploring the hidden criminogenic nature of the comma, especially when it's omitted in a written communication. So I'll be showing you practically how, as a writer, as a student, as a teacher, or as a random user of the English language, how you can get yourself in serious legal battle, in serious legal problems by simply not mastering how to correctly use the comma. But before we get to the class, let me do a little bit of marketing. Now, speaking about punctuation marks can impact the way you write or the meaning you intend to pass across in your written communication. I had the privilege of co-authoring a book in 2022 titled Murdered Aspiration, as you can see on the screen. This book perfectly captures how wrong punctuations can hamper a dream, how wrong punctuation can destroy, how it can ruin the life of a writer, the life of a student, the life of a teacher. The story revolves around a young, promising child named Wane. This young man has in his hands the opportunity to salvage, the opportunity to rescue his parents from age-long or generational penury, but things take unexpected turn as a result of his poor use of punctuation marks. If you're interested in this book, you can go to Amazon and order directly or reach out to me privately for the soft copy. You can as well order the Kindle as well as the paperback versions directly on Amazon. But if you don't want to go through that stretch, reach out directly to me for just a token. Now let's get to the class. Now, as you can see, we have 6 practical examples to explain how the omission of the comma can get you in serious legal problem as a writer, as a student, or as a teacher, especially in a written communication process. The first expression here says, of course, you can see this expression does not have the comma. Number 2 doesn't have a comma. 3 doesn't have a comma. 4 has a comma, but of course, the comma is not complete. 5 doesn't have a comma, and number 6 doesn't have a comma. Now let's explore how the omission of the comma can impact, the meaning, the desired meaning of these expressions, and particularly how they can land the writer of these expressions in serious legal problems. First, the first expression says, let's cook my children for dinner. How does that sound? Let's cook my children for dinner. I'm sure you know how that sounds already. If you write like this as a writer, you may be charged for cannibalism, or what is called anthropophagy. Oh my goodness, I don't know if that's clear. Anthropophagy. Now, of course, you know that, and I'm sure you know what cannibalism is about. This is the science or the act of eating flesh. And when it comes to human being, the act of eating the human flesh is called, anthropophagy. Now, you know that it's actually criminal to say publicly or to write publicly that you want to cook a human being or you want to cook your children for dinner. Now, the problem here is caused by the omission of the comma. Let's correct this wrong expression. Let's cook. So the first comma should be here. Let's cook. Here. We have the first comma after cook. Let's cook. Then we have another comma after my children. Then we have full stop here. So in other words, we should have 2 commas practically in this expression, minute place. So we should have one here, one here. Let's cook my children for dinner. What this simply means is you're addressing these people. I want to talk to these individuals. I've got a number of children around, people I can call my children, and I'm saying to them, hey, my children, come on, let's cook. It is time for dinner, okay? Hey, my children, let us cook for dinner. Let's cook. You have a pause. My children for dinner. This doesn't mean I'm saying to people that they should cook my children for dinner. I'm simply addressing people, who are my children, that we should cook for dinner. So let's cook my children for dinner. This is not let's cook my children for dinner. That's different. You have a pause here, you have a pause here. What this simply means is I am speaking to these people, or the writer, the speaker is saying to these people that they should cook or they should go and cook for dinner. So that's how to correct this expression. With this, you're good to go. Right. Number two, it's time to eat grandma. It's time to eat grandma. How does that sound? You're saying it's about time you ate your grandma. And of course, you know that that is self-incriminating. That's another case of anthropophagy or cannibalism. So here we have cannibalism, also cannibalism. So eating the human flesh or the intestine of the human being. So cannibalism is the crime you will be committing in this case if you fail to omit. If you omit comma from this expression. So let's take that again. It's time to eat grammar. Now, here is where the comma is missing. It's time to eat. Now you have comma here. Grandma. This is a case of a vocative. Remember, I did mention in the last video that vocative is used when you speak directly to people, when you address individuals directly. Like I'm saying, hey, good morning, Dad. Dad, comma, good morning. Hi, Francis. Hi, you put comma, then you have Francis. When you address the person directly, that is a case of vocative. So here should be another case of vocative. It's time to eat, grandma. So here, I am addressing grandma. I'm saying to grandma that, hey, it is time to eat, and not, it is time to eat you, grandma. That is not what this expression is talking about. With the presence of this comma, the sentence changes. The meaning changes from, let us feed on grandma, to, grandma, let's go and eat. All right, so let's come to number three. Shoot. Number three says, shoot Tinubu if you can. Shoot Tinubu if you can. In some part of the world, if you say something like this, I'm sure that the secret operative will come for you overnight, right? Because this statement is showing or suggesting an attempt at murder, an attempt to murder someone, to kill someone, to shoot at the person. So shoot Tinubu if you can. This statement is showing or suggesting an attempt at murder, at murder. Right. So this is showing an attempt at murder. So this is showing an attempt at murder. How do we correct this expression? It's also through the power of vocative. So it is shoot, comma, shoot Tinubu if you can. Now let me explain what this means with the presence of these two commas. If you say shoot, now I've got somebody in front of me, somebody I'm talking to, and I'm saying, hey, the name of the person I'm speaking to is Tinubu, and I'm saying, Tinubu has a gun in his hand, and I'm saying, Tinubu, shoot. If you've got the ability to shoot the gun if you have the ability to. So shoot is an instruction to this person, if he has the ability to shoot. But if I take this out, right, I'm saying to another person to shoot this person if that other person can. So in other words, we've got three participants in this number three expression without the comma. First, we have the speaker giving instruction to the third party to shoot another individual if they can. But we correct that by introducing a comma here and introducing a comma after Tinubu. It's another case vocative. Shoot Tinubu if you can. So if Tinubu has the ability to shoot, you should go ahead and shoot. So let's come to sentence number 4. The expression says, sell his children, not mine. Sell his children, not mine. Of course, you know what this means. You're saying, sell that man's children, sell that woman's children, not my children, right? And of course, with this comma, we're simply saying, don't sell my children, right? Or sell this man's children. And of course, the danger that an expression like this could cause for the writer. Of course, it is a case of child or children trafficking, right? Okay. So you're saying sell another man's children, but don't sell mine, child trafficking. Now let's correct that. To correct this expression, to avoid it sounding like you want to commit a crime of child trafficking, the best thing to do would be to introduce a comma. We introduce the comma here. Sell his children, not mine. With the presence of this comma, the situation has completely changed. There are about four people in this conversation. First of all, we have these people, these children, right? We have the speaker, right? We have this man, we have his children, and then we have my own children. About five people, five participants in this expression. So now the speaker is saying to this, he says something to those people, to sell this man's property. Now we don't know what belongs to this man that has to be sold. We're just saying, hey, my children, please sell what belongs to this man. Sell this man's, but we don't know what we're talking about. We don't know what's to be sold. Maybe his car, his houses, his books, his clothing, right? So sell what belongs to him. This right here is possessive, right? Is a possessive pronoun. Sell his, like sell mine. What is mine? If I'm saying to my friend, please sell mine, not yours. Maybe I've got 2 apples to sell, and my friend has 3 apples to sell. And I'm saying to my friend, please sell mine, not yours. So sell his. We don't know what is his, what belongs to this person. We're just saying, sell what belongs to this person, sell his. My children, not mine. So I've got my children I'm talking to, or I've got people that I can quote my children. I'm saying to them, please sell this man's item or the things that belong to this man, not mine. What belongs to this man is not mentioned in this expression. Just simply sell what belongs to him. My children, the people who should carry out the act of selling are the children. So these people should sell what belongs to this man and not sell what belongs to me. Don't sell what belongs to me, but sell what belongs to this man. Who should carry out the selling process? It is these children. I'll be clear with that. And all of this could only have been possible with the presence of this comma and this comma here. I'll be clear with that. Sentence 5 says, beat my children very fast. Beat my children very fast. The meaning is very clear and straightforward. Beat my children very fast. This is a parent, a father, or a mother saying to another person to beat their own children, like to beat their children very quickly. Beat my children very fast. Now, the crime to be committed here would be child abuse. Child abuse, right? If you say to someone to, and of course, this is a case of corporal punishment, right? You say inflict pain on my children very, very quickly. Now, to change this expression from suggesting child abuse, we need to introduce a comma. But where would that be? First of all, we have comma here. Beat my children very fast. Now, sorry, please. Now, picture this as if you're at a rehearsal where you have a singer, where you have a band, right? Now, before the actual performance, you have somebody say, you have the leader of the group saying, beat. You say, beat. My children, beat, very fast. Faster, faster. Do you understand? So this is an instruction from a group leader, for example, and this is about context now. Beat. Okay, don't sing here, but just one beat. Beat. Yes, my children, beat. Very fast. Do you understand? So that is what these pauses are achieving here, right? Beat is an instruction. Okay, give me the beat. Beat. Okay, beat. My children. Now, the people beating, making the beat are the children of the speaker, right? And at the end of the day, the speaker is saying, okay, make it faster, faster, right? So that's what this expression is about with the presence of this comma. And finally, we have let's rob gentlemen only the movie. Oh, okay, there's a mistake here. We have an omission, only IN in the movie. Let's rob gentlemen only in the movie. Let's rob gentlemen only in the movie. I'm sure you know what that means. This is self-incriminating. This is a case of self-incrimination. Self-incriminating. This is self-incriminating. When you say something like this, you're revealing to people or to a group that, okay, you should go ahead and steal and rob people with guns in your hands. Let's go and rob gentlemen only in the room. Let's rob gentlemen only in the movie. So this is self-incriminating. To correct this expression, we simply introduce comma to certain places. So let's rob, where do I put that? Is it after gentlemen? No. Here, first of all. Oh my goodness, what's wrong? Let's rob. Oh, why gentlemen? Not gentlemen, gentlemen. Sorry, let me take that expression again. Let's rob. Okay, let's clean this. Sorry. Okay, yeah, this is right. Sorry, let me take that again. Let's rob gentlemen only in the movies. And I said this expression is self-incriminating because if you say to another, hey, come on, let's go and rob gentlemen in the movies. It's clear you're saying you're a thief. Let's pick up the gun and go rob other people. Now, to correct that, we'll simply say, let's rob, comma, let's rob gentlemen only in the movie. Now, what does this mean? The speaker is simply saying, is the speaker is simply speaking to this gentleman, right? Gentlemen, come on, get up, everyone. Let's rob gentlemen, but not in real life, but in the movie. Now we want to act a movie, right? And we are going to rob. Who will I rob with? With this gentleman. So gentlemen, get up everyone, pick up your costumes, dress up everyone. Let's go and rob. All of us. What is all of us? This gentleman. Let's go. Gentlemen, let's go and rob. But only in the movies. Not let's go and rob in real life. I'll be clear with that. So with the presence of this comma, we have a pause here. Let's rob. Let's rob. Gentlemen, but only in the movies. So this is someone speaking to another, this is someone speaking to a group of people, a group of gentlemen, that they should get up and go perform the movie role. What are they going to do in the movies? To rob, right? So this is going to be a movie production about a robbery scene. So let's go, or let's rob gentlemen only in the movie. So that's basically for this class. And if anything, I believe that with this analysis, you've seen how the omission of the comma can land you in serious legal problems as a writer, as a student, and as a teacher. If you found this video a little intriguing, do well to share to as many people who may need it. Remember to keep speaking right and keep learning right. See you next time. Bye for now.